Hi, I'm Kelly Rabin, Fellow of the Society of Actuaries and member of the Leadership and Development Section Council, and this is Manisha. Manisha, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi everyone, Manisha Dias. I'm a fellow of the Society of Actuaries. I'm based in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm involved in marketing and distribution in addition to a few other groups at the SOA.
Great. So the SOA is taking this opportunity to highlight volunteers' efforts in supporting the profession, and we're both really involved in volunteering. So today we're having a conversation about how we are involved and how you can get involved. So Manisha, can you tell me when you started volunteering at the SOA?
Started volunteering probably when I was about 19 or so, so a few years ago. But I started getting involved. I was a student, and I was involved with a large actuarial students association, and the SOA was really involved with that as well. And I started writing for the SOA for their Future Actuary magazine, which reaches about 40,000 candidates, both the essays and then also some FSAs. Worldwide. So that's when it had started. After I got my FSA, I did a lot more university outreach, so speaking at schools, and then started getting involved in some of the sections, so marketing and distribution, just because it also intersects with my work, and also things like epigenetics and underwriting and some project oversight groups. How about you, Kelly?
So I first, like many actuaries, I first got involved volunteering with education and examinations. I was an exam grader and helped write questions. And then as I advanced in my professional career, I started to get involved with sections. First, the product development section, because that's where a lot of my practice has been. And then now on the leadership and development section, I have a big passion for leadership and helping actuaries be the best they can be in that arena. So Manisha, was there an instance when you knew you were making a big difference through volunteering with the SOA?
Yeah, I'd say, it's starting with publications and just because it had a wide reach. I remember one day doing an article around GGY Axis, which is a well-known actuarial software. And then I actually got an email from one of the founders over there who had reached out and who had liked the analogies I had done. But then just getting feedback from so many people on either publications and how it helped them understand and translate more actuarial terms into ways they could apply it in real life and in practice. And then also with all the outreach, people reaching out on LinkedIn, wanting to set up time, doing mentoring, and just getting their feedback on how a change was made in their lives, thanks to some of these efforts, is really when that aha moment came about. And how about yourself? I know you've been involved in various sections. When did it click for you that this was something really meaningful?
I think, like you said, also with the reach out and making connections with a lot of different people. And I think particularly presenting at conferences and having people come up afterwards and introduce themselves, and maybe they have questions for their business or for themselves, and keeping in touch with them over the years and establishing these informal mentoring relationships. That aspect has been really powerful in terms of being an aha. Now let's pivot to talk about the Life and Annuity Symposium. We're doing that virtually this year, so that's going to be exciting, as well as we've also got some follow-on webinars coming in July. And so Manisha, I'm just curious how you're involved in that symposium.
Yeah, so I'm very grateful. Our session, which is on how direct-to-consumer models are disrupting the traditional space. It was one of the few that was selected to be part of the virtual symposium. So, me and the panel were really excited about that because it's increasing with relevance, especially during these times when we're all at home. You can't go to work, agents can't sell in person with people. And so we're really talking about different ways to partner, different platforms you can use, technology, et cetera, to still be able to enable and still give coverage to those who need it through any sort of time, especially in things like COVID. So I'm speaking on a panel on the Monday. And then also we had recorded a bit of a preview on COVID-19 and just how it's impacting the life insurance industry. Also, we'll be speaking more about that in the July webcast.
Excellent. So I was going to say, those sound like some really timely topics. I'm excited to listen in on that session. For myself, I've been involved in doing more of the planning behind the scenes this year. I'm the chair of the product track About half of the sessions in the typical life and annuity symposium come from the product development, marketing and distribution, and reinsurance sections. And so I've been helping run that behind the scenes. I also am in July moderating a session on going from experience to assumptions. But otherwise, I'm looking forward to watching along with everybody else and getting some great professional development from home. So Manisha, is there anything else you'd like SOA members to know about either the Life and Annuity Symposium or just, volunteering in general?
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think one of the questions that comes up often is, what prompted us to volunteer in the first place? Because, just talking with so many actuaries, there's some who don't see the value and go, well, I'm done with exams now, so that's that. And then there's the other end of the spectrum where you have those who have volunteered for about 10, 20, 30 years, which is a huge inspiration. Personally, for me, I think that volunteering and being on the front lines of what's happening at the SOA and just in the actuarial world is the best way to get involved, to be engaged. You meet such incredible people just like this, either virtually or in person. And then I found that it's made me a lot more invested in the things I'm doing by, rather than just being a member and being a fellow, to being on either councils or to being in the groups that are helping drive the strategy, and you can be a part of shaping that future. So that's, why I feel like volunteering in events, in councils, et cetera, really makes a difference mentally and for individual growth. And how about you? Like, what originally prompted you to be a volunteer?
I think definitely just giving back to the education and examination system, because that having the opportunity to take the exams, and as much as maybe we all complain, I mean, what a fabulous opportunity to get all that education without needing to get a graduate degree. And then, then over time, just as I practiced in my profession, you're absolutely right about, being more engaged, and also having been on the consulting side, building a network became super important. But then as I went back to the company side, I found that networks are really important there too. And I know, sometimes it can be harder for company actuaries to, make the time commitment to volunteer, but I would absolutely encourage everyone to look for some micro volunteering opportunities. It doesn't have to be a big time commitment. There's a lot of little things that you can do if you just raise your hand, and it really is just so rewarding. So thank you so much for your time today, Manisha. It's really great to get to know you a bit more virtually, and look forward to everyone tuning into the Life and Annuity Symposium.
Yeah, thanks for your time as well, Kelly. And I'd echo your same sentiments. SOA Engage site has all sorts of volunteer opportunities. Some are longer term, some are one-off, so it can really work with your time commitment. And I just encourage everyone to attend the virtual Life and Annuity Symposium as well, and really make the most of it. Attend as many sessions as you can that are relevant, but even some that might be tangentially related. And get involved, ask questions during it. There's a virtual Q&A. Make sure you get to find out the things you would have found out if you were in person as well. So thanks again as well, Kelly.
Awesome. Thank you.